Stay. If I had my shoes, I'd be taller. Hold on, let me fix this so it's not so high. I thought I would need extra, but yeah. Okay, so I said I would be back, and here I am. So some powerful stuff was said today by our president, by a lot of our elected officials. And, you know, I still don't have words. If I was just a little taller. And it's really scary thinking that people are so easily led astray. I mean, like, I was watching CNN, and one of the news anchors, I don't remember his name. Actually, I don't know it, to be honest with you. He equated what happened, like, okay, so should Trump be, have some culpability in what he did? I think so. But he made the connection between Manson didn't actually kill anybody. He had other people do things for him, but he still went to prison for life. They were all supposed to get the death penalty. I think all except for one, maybe. It was either all or all except for one, I think. And, when I'm sorry, but if you follow Trump, you have fallen into a cult-like mentality, because he is a cult leader. He's a dangerous person, and he should be, in my opinion, held accountable for what he caused. And I don't care, impeachment, 25th Amendment. I think the 25th Amendment would be the better way to go, because I'm pretty sure I've said this from the beginning. I have always thought he was a psychopath, So he would have antisocial personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. I've always thought that about this man. And he is ill, and he needs help really bad. But he also needs to face legal action, and, as well as other people too. Especially, the people that did what they did. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously think about what you've done. Okay? Yes, one woman was shot by one of the Capitol Hill police, and she died. The other 4 died because of other reasons. So it could have been a heart attack, a stroke, something that wasn't related to actually being shot, okay? And you guys that went to the Capitol and did all this caused that to happen. But you're following your leader just like cult followers do. It's just worse because he is in a state of, he has a lot of power. And what if he decides to do something really bad? Because if you turn on him, he will turn on you. That's who he is. He's always been this way. Always. He was born like this. His father couldn't even stand him, for Christ's sakes. Okay? His father didn't like him. He sent him off to the military to get rid of him because he was so out of control. He was born this way. He's a psychopath. And you're just like, I'm a sheep. I'm going to follow him. Bah, bah, bah. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm letting my feelings out. Seriously, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I really don't. And you're wrong, because that is the people's house. It's not just your house. It belongs to the people of the United States of America, not just to a single conglomerate of dumbasses, okay? You are a disgrace to this country. I wish that they could kick you out, you know. But I'm sure most of you are citizens, so can't do that, can we? But they can take legal action against you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. And that just tickles me pink. Because you, like, you're dumbasses. You fucked up. You think you did something today? All you did was prove how much control that this person has over you. You can't even think for yourself. You spit out the same stuff he says. You don't even have a mind of your own anymore. That's what cult leaders do. They get you to do things that you would never have done. I mean, maybe you would have. Who knows? Maybe you all are psychopaths for all we know. I mean, I'm sure some of you were. I mean, you guys were carrying combat gear, riot stuff, you know, whatever, guns, bombs, whatever else, probably knives, who knows, grenades. I mean, you're proud of yourselves, but you're stupid. I mean, posting it on social media, like, they're going to find you. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious because you're going to get to go to prison and you're going to be like, someone's bitch. You're going to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And what if you're straight? Or what if you're not? But it's the opposite. Interesting theories in prison. But, yeah, like, it just makes me so happy that they're going after you. But, you know, aside from you dumbasses, who didn't accomplish anything but get yourselves in trouble. The president is a whole nother matter, because that man has the access codes to stuff you don't want him having access codes to. I think I said this in the last video. I think of him as Hitler light. You know, he doesn't quite have the balls. Well, neither did Hitler. He only had one testicle. Sorry, that's funny to me. I wonder if Trump has one. I don't want to know. But that man needs a psychological evaluation and criminal charges brought against him, like federal ones, not state ones. Fuck the state ones. Go after him federally. Seriously. There needs to be an example set that we will not tolerate this kind of behavior in this country, and we will not tolerate people like you and people like him. It's not going to happen. It's just not. And the rest of the world is watching you. I mean, you guys look ridiculous, including Trump. All of you together look ridiculous. And you Capitol Hill police people, what was your plan exactly? We're just going to stand here and take selfies and whatever, you know, who cares, you know? I hope they fire all your asses, and you can never work in law enforcement or anything of the sort that where you get to carry a gun or anything like that ever again. You should be held responsible too. You know, Pence did the right thing yesterday, and you know, and Pelosi, they were not going to give in to you, and they did not. We are not giving in to you. It's not going to happen. If you want another civil war, bring it on. Seriously, like, we're not going to take your shit. You fucked up. And you're going to prison. That makes me happy. That makes me so happy. I know. You're like, well, you're sitting there saying all these things, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is how I feel about terrorists, domestic terrorism. You are terrorists. I mean, those two ladies that were like, what violence? There's no violence. What are you talking about? Just peaceful. Okay, but 4 people are dead. How is that peaceful and non-violent? How come there were bombs, guns, and whatever else? Because it was peaceful? Yeah, you've been brainwashed. But I feel bad for you because you are so gullible to believe this bullshit. I mean, it just seems like all of you were so desperate to believe in something that was racist, fascist, socialist, all the stuff that we don't want in this country. If you want to live like that, go live in a country where those things are in place. I'm sure you will find out very quickly, especially the women, how unfair and unlawful things really are when you live in places like that. The way that their government works. Have you not ever watched the news about what happens in other countries, or do you just not care about your fellow humankind? Because it seems that way to me. You do not care, and you all need to be held responsible. Every last one of you. And I don't care what they do to you. I have no sympathy for your actions. I have sympathy in the sense that you fell for a Manson-like person. I mean, you probably would follow Manson, wouldn't you? I mean, ask yourselves, would you follow Manson if he was still alive and running the streets? You probably would. That says a lot about you. It really does. And you should take a deep, hard look into yourselves and ask yourselves, is this really what you actually think the democracy of this country is? Do you even know what that word means? Did you guys go to school? Did you ever take history or anything? Did you learn anything? Apparently not. You didn't. You didn't learn shit. You don't know shit. It's, for the people who died, I feel bad for their families, because they did lose somebody. Maybe they had children. I don't know. But I'm in the middle of something.
Hi.
I'm in the middle of something. Thank you. Sorry. You got me off that track. What was I thinking? What was I saying? Why does people do that to me? I don't know if they have children or whatever, but I feel bad for like the children and stuff like that because the kind of parents they had. But that's the legacy that they left their children, and those children might grow up to do the same thing. That's kind of scary. I hope they don't. I hope they learn. I hope they understand that this is not the country that the majority wants to live in. It was very clear. They went over and over and over and over the ballots over and over and over again. And you still weren't happy because if you're told something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you start to believe it, unless you have a mind of your own and can do critical thinking. But I don't think you guys can think. I mean, some of you kind of seem like you might have been out of it on drugs or alcohol or something. I mean, and I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you, but you're wrong. And you need to accept that. You need to accept it, because what you did didn't change anything. It didn't change a thing. Nothing. And what was with that guy with the horns? What was that? Oh my God. um, yeah, that was disturbing. Actually, all of it was disturbing, but that guy in particular was definitely, it was disturbing. And it's disturbing that the Capitol Hill chief of police and the master of arms didn't do shit. They're just like, yeah, whatever. They must be Trump supporters. I mean, they have to be to not have done anything and not to care, because seriously, if that had been any other group of people, I'm busy. Thank you. If that had been any other group of people, Black, Muslim, Asian, Jewish, take your pick, any other race, that would have been a different outcome. There would have been a lot more people dead and people, a lot more arrests than they have right now, and it would be a totally different situation. That's wrong. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But you definitely can get arrested for committing felonies on federal land. Because she didn't think that through. Oh, and then they have facial recognition software too, and cameras everywhere. And all of you posted it on social media, so yeah. Let's see how that works out for you. Let's just see. So yeah. I don't know if I'll come back and talk about this again. I mean, clearly I'm upset about this and disgusted with the people involved in all of it, from the top all the way down to the people who were all involved in this, who did absolutely nothing, and just the stuff that was done. And it's disgusting. I just want to throw up all over you. Blow chunks, blah, right all over you. Clean that shit up. So I'm probably going to have to do, for the people who are my subscribers and viewers, I'm probably going to have to do some DBT with this. I've taken a break from watching. I tried to take a break earlier by watching something different. My mother's like, change the channel back, you got to see this. And I'm like, oh my God. So it's just, it's something that I have to work through. It's something that I need to figure out so I can come back to this conversation. I think I will. I will come back to this conversation about this when I'm not so pissed and disgusted and horrified and dismayed and every other word you can think of about that, okay? Where I can be a little bit more objective about what I'm saying, because right now I'm just spewing out how I feel. And as, cathartic as that can be, it's also good to work through your emotions properly and not just spew them out and then not deal with them. So I think that's something I'm going to have to do, because this is, really, it's difficult to, I can't, I can believe this, but I also can't. It's like belief and disbelief at the same time. It's like I knew something was going to happen, but I just didn't know what or how or exactly when. I had this feeling, and that's why I said, don't think that coming into 2021 is just suddenly be better. That's why I said that, but I wish I was wrong. Hey, it's Mr. BB, right? 86. Right? BB. I hope I said that right. Yeah, I'm just up here spewing my my emotions out over this. So if you watch the first part of this, I'm just like yelling at people. And I was just saying that I am going to have to do some DBT work and come back to this conversation and like the next time I talk about this, with a cooler head. I think that would be appropriate. Um, you know, I think it's good to get your emotions out somehow, but I also think it's good to manage your emotions so they don't get out of control. Because I don't want to become somebody who storms the Capitol or storms anything, you know. I don't want to be that person, you know. But it's good to feel your emotions and understand why you're having them. We have emotions for a reason. There's a purpose behind it, for sure. It's terrible. I feel sorry for you guys in the US. Trump is a maniac. Yes, he is. Yeah, I said it. I said, oh, yes, yes. I was talking about that, how he is a cult leader, but of the worst kind, because, like I said in the last live feed, I called him Hitler Light. You know, he doesn't, I said this earlier, he doesn't quite have the balls as Hitler, but then I thought, wait, Hitler only had one ball, so, but yeah, he said he was going to be with them, and then he just went back to the White House and turned on the TV and went, look what I did. You know, that's not something to be proud of unless you are somebody with antisocial personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. I mean, seriously. It does feel like Germany 1930s a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually saying that to a few people. I don't think here. I don't remember if I said it here, but I do remember saying that I feel like if you go back 100 years, okay, the 20s in America, the 1920s, for well, let's be honest, for white people, it was an economic growth and boom, okay? There was lots of partying and drinking and happy times. Then the 30s came, boom. I mean, it was 1929, but, you know, it was the 30s and part of the 40s, but and now I feel like it's the opposite here in America in this decade, this century, where the 20s are the bad and the 30s will be the good, you know? I could be wrong. It's just my theory. But yeah, it's really scary because they really think that having laws and rules and a three-part government and all of that means we live in a fascist, socialist society. And I was saying earlier, if they really think that that's what it is, they should go to the actual countries that have that there and find out for themselves what it's actually like. Because I don't think they like it very much. I think they'd be coming back to America really, really quickly. The worst part is you can't even escape the country because of COVID. Yeah. Yeah, that's... You know what? I'm just going to live in the ocean. I'm just gonna go and live in the ocean, you know. I'll take on the weather. It'll be better than this, you know. Um, you know, be like it would be like, but not the way it happened, but be on like a stranded island or something, like nobody's there or whatever, kind of like in Castaway, but you know, you can go back because you got a boat when you want to. Go find Atlantis. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Go find Atlantis. Go deep diving with the fishes, you know, because when they are attacking, it's because they're hungry or they fear for their lives. That's it. Like, they don't have like, oh my God, you're a human. I'm going to eat you. That fish don't think that way, or aquatic animals. I know they have different categories, but let's just call them aquatic animals, you know. But I would rather be out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, hanging out with the animals, or out in the ocean somewhere on a boat, you know, just cruising along, chilling with the fishes, you know, watching the dolphins, maybe see some whales, you know. That just seems like the dream right now. I mean, it would probably be cold because of where I live. I'd have to go south, I guess. Because yeah, the water's kind of cold this time of year. and I don't want to die from that. What do they call it? Is it hypotherm? No, that's what do they call it? Is it the same? Oh my God, is hypothermia the same if you get it like up on a mountain and or you get it from cold water? Is it the same thing or is it two separate things? I'm not sure. Let me know if you know. It's summer here in Australia. I know. Oh, I wanted to ask you, what happened with the fires? Because like they showed like you guys were on fire, and then bam, like they just like over here in America, they'll go on a story for a while, and then suddenly you hear nothing. It's like what happened? What happened to these people? Are they still there? What happened to their wildlife? You know, like what happened? Yes. Oh my, I'm sorry. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. And you can't escape that, can you? Now, the island next to you, New Zealand, is that on fire too? I'm just curious, because I don't know. Because they don't talk about it. Right now, it's all about what happened here. So, but they started talking about COVID too. We've had yesterday, I think it was yesterday they said, it was either yesterday or today. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, which is really, really tragic, was the worst day in America for COVID deaths, and I think people being diagnosed with COVID. Or it's just one or the other. I forgot which one. Like I said, I turned the TV off a while ago. No, I didn't turn it off. I put something completely different on to try to change my mindset. I even started listening to music, so I'm already starting to do stuff to kind of change my mindset. But at the beginning of this, I just had to get my feelings out because these people drive me crazy. You know, it's like you just want to take a white rubber glove with powder and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you know? I saw that in a movie. I forgot what movie it was. Was it, oh God, oh my God. I think it was with Meg Ryan. Oh my God. Where she's from like the past and he comes, oh my God, what is the name of that movie? He was from the past but she was, oh my God. Kate and Leopold. I think that's where, it might have been that movie. I'm not entirely sure. That's the movie that popped into my head, but I could be wrong. No, maybe it was off of Charmed, now that I'm thinking about it. I think it was off the show Charmed, where he did the thing, I think. I don't know why I thought of Kate and Leopold. I haven't watched that movie in so long. I actually like that movie. But, anyway, but yeah, I'm so sorry that that's happening in that area. That is terrible. Well, that's good. I mean, at least you can go there. We had the fires from November to February, then we got COVID here. Ugh, no people died here yesterday and only 8 cases. Oh my God, I love Charmed growing up. Me too. I actually have all the seasons. I like DVDs. I like CDs. I like to put my CD in, you know, although it sucked because the car that I bought, the car that I have now, I only have 7.5 months to pay on that car. So then it'll be all mine. But, the CD player came with a CD player, right? The previous owner, the CD that they had in there was stuck. I didn't know that. So I went to put a CD in and it took my CD and then it just wouldn't play. And I can't get the CDs out. And I asked a few mechanics around. They looked at my car. They said, you have to go to the dealership because they have to take this entire thing off. I'm like, what? I'm like, whatever happened to just being able to take the thing off so you can, whatever, you know. I don't make the cars, but if I did, I'd make them so I wasn't screwing over the little people, you know. Sorry about that. Seasons 1 through 3 were the best. The Shannon Doherty years. That's good. No more repayments. Best feeling. Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here talking about it, but it's just annoying because music is something that helps me cope with my emotions. So if I'm driving, I like to listen to music, but when I go out, I'm usually with my mom or somebody. So I can't actually listen to music, at least not what I want to or as loud as I want or whatever. So I have to listen to like people talking, and I'd rather listen to music, honestly. That's just me. It's just like some sort of free feeling, because I think everybody on the earth can relate to music, because music has come from all cultures, from every single culture, pretty much, that has ever existed. So, yeah, I think we can all appreciate music, whatever music that is, whatever music you're into, it doesn't matter. If it makes you feel good, then that's great. So that's one way I've been trying to deal with my emotions about this. You can tell I'm all fired up, like I'm still fired up about this. I'm trying hard not to be upset, but that's my house too, It's everybody's house in this country. It's not just those crazy people. And they found out that most of these people are from terrorist groups. I mean, obviously, he was a bad choice for a president. But they say you live and you learn. But I don't think these people will learn anything. Even if they do go to prison, I feel like they'll just hate this country even more. But if you hate the country you live in, I don't think you should live in it. I really don't. If you live in Canada and you can't stand Canada, you can't stand it, then move. Like go somewhere else. I mean, I know we have COVID, but I'm saying when you can, do that, Yes, it's really hard to uproot your life and, change everything. But if you hate it that bad, where you storm your country's governmental system when it's not doing anything to you, and all that, and like what happened, okay? Like it like I can't believe it happens anywhere. I can't believe at this day and age, anywhere in the world, that people would want to act like this. It's appalling. It's like we just watched a bunch of rabid people just, I mean, it was literally, like somebody said in the last one, like a zombie apocalypse. I forgot who said that. It kind of looked like that, didn't it? Let me in, USA! Okay, sure, you really love this country, but look what you're doing. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's crazy to me. Oh my God. It's a little hot in here because I have the door shut, so I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sorry. But yeah, I have to tackle my feelings about this. I have to deal with the inner stuff that's going on so I can be level-headed about this, so I'm not just calling them fucktards, because I'm still saying it. I'm still saying they're assholes. They're dumb fucks. Like, I'm just gonna say it because that's how I feel. I'm getting it out. Blah! Just let it out. Just let it out. Let it go. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. End scene. No, I'm kidding. I forgot what movie that was from, where they did that. What movie was that where they went end scene? I forgot. There's so many movies. I wonder how many movies from every single country there are in the world, and like TV shows. Like if you counted them all up, past and current, I wonder how many that is. That's got to be a lot. Oh my God. Wow. Because if you think of when they started with silent films, you know. It's funny, they used to call motion pictures talkies because from the silent film era. And now we either call it the movies or the cinema. Interesting. I wonder how that came to be. I don't know. But yeah, I have been praying for God to help America get back on its feet somehow, some way. And if the 25th, I think the 25th Amendment is the way to go to start with. But I still think even after Joe Biden is inaugurated, however you say that, I can't say it. The inauguration, oh my God. I don't think that's going to be the end. I think this is going to be a tough year. And I don't know if you guys have heard, there have been, at least here in the United States, people are getting vaccines, and some people have died from it. So I'm not really so sure about a vaccine that was rolled out within a few months, because it was very clear at the beginning that they said it takes 3 to 4 years to create a vaccine. So, and they said they did trials and all that, but they must have been really quick trials, and there must not have been a whole lot of them, because they don't know the long-term side effects, you know, like with like mental health medication, for example. It takes 7 to 10 years to get that stuff onto the market. You can't just give it out after a couple of months, you know. So they cut a lot of red tape. I don't want to take that. I want to take something that was created the right way, even if I have to wait. I'm willing to wait. But that's just me. I'm not that desperate to get something that may kill me, because who knows what they put in that thing, those things. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm not the pharmaceutical companies, but you know they're making billions off of this, right? Billions of dollars. So, you know, I just don't feel comfortable receiving something that I don't know is, for the most part, safe. It's really playing Russian roulette in a way, I think. That is my timer that goes off that tells me to take my night meds. So maybe that is my cue. That should be my cue. So, oh, hold on, I didn't see. Oh, does the CD player have Bluetooth? No, it does not. It's a 20. Sorry, it's a 20. It's an 09. It's an 09, so there's no Bluetooth. I can do that, and I have sometimes, but people still want to talk to me in the car, so then I have to turn it down, and it's like, don't mess with me and Freddie, okay? You know, Queen, the band. Yes, I love music. Listen to Spotify every day. I've never actually used Spotify. It was a terrorist attack. You're right. It was domestic terrorism, for sure. That's exactly what it is. You're right. I agree with you. I would feel the same way if it was Parliament House here. Yeah. I mean, that's your country. You know, you have pride in your country. You believe in your country. So when people go and fuck all over it and shit all over it, they're shitting all over you. you know, and that's not acceptable in any country, you know. If anything, storm it for good reason, like getting Medicare for all. Yeah, but I just don't think that they should have brought guns and bombs and whatever else they brought, you know. And I know at least one officer was hurt. He was beaten and tased, I believe, and of course there were the 4 people that died. But the Master of Arms is resigning. And they're calling for the Capitol Chief of Police to also resign and possibly face charges. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is really, it's really unprecedented. It's just so crazy, isn't it? Wow. It's been 4 or 5 years of fear-mongering and blatant racism under Trump. Exactly. I do also. Trump needs to go now. Yes, he does. He needs to go to the paddy wagon, then to prison. That's where he needs to go. Well, I mean, court first, because, you know, everyone's entitled to go to court here. So he would have to go to court, you know, and do all that stuff. While really we don't get ours for a few more months because COVID isn't as bad here. Yeah, it's really bad here. We even have that new strain that started in the UK. It's been increasing here. Yes. One officer was killed also. Oh my God, really? Oh, jeez. You know, I really feel bad for that cop that, you know, he had the little, it looked like a drumstick or something. I mean, I thought batons were big. That just looked like a little wand, you know, like curl your hair or something, you know. I mean, if it were me, I would have kicked that motherfucker down the stairs and then ran, you know. I wouldn't have taken that boy shit. I seriously would have done that. Even if I lost my job, even if whatever, because at that point he was fighting for his life. You know what I mean? And that guy was like, come on, dude, you know, like, but if they have a Master of Arms and a chief of police, and neither of them give the order to do anything, those officers apparently can't do anything. It's astounding to me. Like, what? So to me, I think that those people are definitely Trump supporters. You know? Oh, man. Well, like I said earlier, most of those dumbasses posted their bragging stuff all over social media. And there's cameras all over the place there, inside and outside of all the buildings and everything, you know, down Independence Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, the other avenue, whatever it's called. They're gonna find these people, you know. And I love how they're like, yeah, they're persons of interest, you know. Honestly, that's just a nicer way of saying we think you're a suspect. We suspect you of something and we want to talk to you. That's exactly what that means. They call it persons of interest so people feel like I'm not in trouble. It's just a lie that the police tell. That's crazy. I'm glad they are getting fired. I hope they do. I would fire them. I mean, the one guy's resigning. I think he would get fired anyway, but my mother made a joke. She's like, well, if it was me, I'd at least stay to get my last paycheck. I'm like, I know you would, because that's you. But me, if I were the Master of Arms or the chief, I would have been like, you know, calling in people to come and help. And I definitely would have been prepared for what happened, because that was the day that and it was the day that it's Mike Pence, right? Mike Pence. Yeah, Mike Pence. Jeez, I don't even know their names. All you hear is Pence all the time, so I think it's Mike Pence. He said he was going to follow the Constitution because it's his constitutional duty to do that. Just like it's the president's constitutional duty, whether it's a man or a woman, doesn't matter, to follow the law of the land. There's a reason that we have constitutions. Yeah, and when people say they're taking away our freedoms, it's like it's the First Amendment to the Constitution gives you freedom from religion, speech, and press. It goes a little bit deeper than that, but that's basically what that means. Freedom to perform a religion as long as you don't hurt anybody or any animals, okay? The freedom to speak, so to be heard, but not in a belligerent way, in a way where you say, hey, listen to us. This is a problem and we would like to fix it. What can we do together to fix this? What laws can we put into place? What, bills or whatever. There's so many different types of things, but I'm just saying, whatever it is, that's why they called it a soapbox, because you stood on it and you said, listen to what I'm saying, hear what I'm saying, but you don't put people down to do that, and you certainly don't do what people did yesterday. And the last time that happened was during the war. I forgot which war it was. I think it was the Civil War here. That goes all the way back to Abraham Lincoln. This is exactly why the 25th Amendment was put into the Constitution, in case we had a president that went rogue, that didn't have their faculties for whatever reason. It could be medical too, okay? Like, say you develop dementia, okay, really bad or something. You can't obviously run the country, so it will go to the next person in line, and we have it set up so there's people in line. Like, there's like a lot of people in line. Like, if this person can't do it, then it goes to this person. If this person can't do it, then it goes to that person, and so on and so forth. And but they knew that after, I forgot what president it was, they knew after one of the presidents that they needed to have a system in case something bad happened, where we might need to remove the president, because they could see into the future, okay? They must have been able to think of this so far back, to think that this could happen. They predicted that this would happen, and it has. So now I hope that they do the right thing and they do what needs to be done and get him out. Even though there's only 13 days left, so what? So what? Get him out, okay? Let Mike Pence finish the job, because he will. He will transfer the power peacefully, and then we will start anew. But we still have to watch out for those crazy ass people, though, because they're still out there. It's just some of them didn't go to this thing. We got to realize that too. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go, and hopefully I can come back to this. I'm not sure when, but when I'm not so fired up, when I'm not so upset about it, when I can work through my emotions and all that stuff and think a little bit more clearly, and not be so judgmental. Although I probably will always have certain thoughts and judgments, just because, well, I'm an American, and they poo-pooed all over our fucking country. Sorry, our glorious country. It is a glorious country. It's really pretty here. There's a lot of and I don't want the world to think that everybody is like those people. We're not. Most of us are sick and appalled, okay, by what happened. Like, we just don't understand how people can. I guess we just have to still research how brainwashing works and how to stop that. Um, but you're right. I do need to calm down. You're right. Um, and, I will. It's just sometimes it takes me a while, because once it gets up there, it takes a while to come down. It could take days or weeks. I'm just being honest. It could. I hope it doesn't. It really depends on really what happens from this point forward in our country. It really does depend. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, um, but I just want to wish everyone, well, and I hope that this doesn't happen to you. And, be careful of the people that you elect into your governments. If you get that opportunity, if you have that opportunity in your country, be careful. Do your research. Make sure you understand that the person you're electing into power, what they're capable of. And we tried to say no, no, no about this person, but nobody wanted to listen. They didn't like that we had elected a black man into the presidency for 8 years. So this was their retaliation, pretty much. I think that's what this is really about. I think it's because we had Obama. I think that's part of it for sure. Because he's put down Obama a lot. So, but anyway, thank you for watching and talking with me. And I'm sorry if I've been kind of, but trying to work through my emotions the best way I know how. I'm not always right, but I'm doing the best that I can. And we will come back from this. So, I love you all. Please take care of yourselves and one another. Be kind to people. Do not storm anything, please. And take care and be well and stay safe out there with COVID, okay? Yeah, thank you so much. And you as well. I feel so bad that everything is on fire. Maybe if Australia, drifted upward just a little bit, I know that would take like millennia, but still, I mean, if you go up, it would be a little bit cooler, but I am not Mother Nature. I am not the planet. I can't put the fire out for you, but I do wish you guys the best, and I hope that you guys get that, the devastation that you've suffered. I hope that you can get through that, and I hope COVID doesn't become as bad for you guys as it is here and other places, because it's really devastating. The number of people who have perished is so sad. So, all right, I'm out. Have a good night, okay? Take care of yourselves. I love you. Peace out. Ooh.